Hopped out the Benz like it's common sense.
Hello, everyone. I'm Larry Ridley, and this is the NFL on EA Sports. We've got a good one on tap today, and there's going to be two quarterbacks ready to get it done on the gridiron. It's Bortles' Jaguars going up against Kingdom's Vikings.
EA Sports coverage takes us to one of the newest jewels on the NFL landscape, US Bank Stadium in Minneapolis. The scene a short time ago, this crowd decked out in purple, and they were in full roar as their guys burst out of the locker room. We're ready for football, folks, as the Vikings get set to do battle with the Jacksonville Jaguars. First carry now for Dalvin Cook, and he'll go down right at the 30-yard line. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Partner, I think from our experience together, we have learned that most offensive coordinators are going to tell you, if I'm going to run the football on first down, I've got to get at least 4 yards. They got 5 here. They've got to feel pretty good about that one.
And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. Give him 10 yards on that one, and that'll earn him a fresh set of downs.
Partner, it's a lot of fun watching the NFL now, isn't it? Because when the big fella runs routes, it used to be when we were kids, he'd run.
And a loose football, and the Jags grab it. Room here to run.
The psychology of the game never ceases to amaze me because you would think there would never be a fumble from what we hear from coaches all the time, right?
And how much they practice not fumbling.
Practice it, preach it, talk about it all the time. You would think no one would ever turn it over. Yet they are humans out there running around. And we just saw him.
And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. Anthony Barr able to get in there and drop him for a 2-yard loss. And now the offense will look to respond after the sack. Now Bortles throwing on 2nd down. Quick hitch, complete. It's Lee. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. The slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
Throw left side complete. That's Lee. It's a pickup of 6 and good enough to move the chains. After getting that turnover on the first drive of the game, you'd hate to just stall out the momentum, go 3 and out. They're able to avoid that there.
Yeah, we talk about complementary football all the time, but I think it's a little bit deeper than that. Defense went out, forced a turnover, gave the ball to the offense. It's now the offense's responsibility to pay that off for them, to show respect to them. Hey, you guys got the turnover. We appreciate it. They want to continue their drive.
Bortles again here on 2nd and 10. It's complete on the bubble screen. That's Lee. Now a loose football. The ball comes out, and the Vikings pick up the football. The 20, 10, and he's going to score. It's a Viking touchdown. And the screen can be a tough play for a wide receiver. We saw it there. They have to look the football into their hands, then turn their head up and look upfield.
It's quite a checklist, isn't it? Watch the ball into your hands, tuck it away, get upfield, find your blockers. Sometimes the list gets lost in there, and the defense makes it work.
And they made it work. They got the fumble. They took it in for the touchdown. So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And a good effort on the return there. Gets them across the 30 to the 33-yard line. And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. On first down, Bortles. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he'll be out of bounds up past the 45. The Jags picking up the first down there, a gain of 12. Well, starting drive number 2 off on the right foot. Completion for the first down. Drive 1 is that had to be pretty frustrating because they moved the football. They just didn't get any points out of it.
But warm-up QB, too. Let's bring in the backup. I mean, my goodness, you take them downfield and you don't score points. You know I'm being totally facetious here, right? I'm just kidding. Nice first drive. Rarely do teams score on every single drive in a game, but they like what they did there. They just hope they can pay it off this time with some points.
Now Leonard Fournette, and they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. They call that a loss of 6 yards. And it's third down now. And the Vikings with an extra defender in the secondary on third.
Playing coverage here.
To throw is Bortles. They set up the screen to Ivory. And he'll get it out to midfield. They'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. Only 2 on the screen pass there, and it'll be fourth down.
They completed the screen, but one of the things you worry about is can the quarterback get rid of the ball before he's actually tackled? So your offensive linemen have to hold up the rushers a little bit because you want to make sure you keep your guy's jersey clean throughout the game.
Bortles in the offense remains put on the field. They're going to go for it on fourth. Now Bortles. And this is incomplete. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. And this defense will take over right at midfield. The Vikings offense now heading out to take over. And last drive, obviously not what you're looking for. You've got the lead. You've got to protect the football.
So in other words, someone got lucky because they've been moving the ball really well and wearing them down. In this case, though, giving up the football.
Look at this. Middle of the field. A breakaway. Touchdown, Vikings. Jarius Wright, 50 yards. And the Vikings get the quick strike touchdown. And correct me if I'm wrong, that was just a simple fly route, wasn't it?
No, there's nothing to correct at all. You've got it down pat. And I just remember as a player, when I'd be in practice sessions and I'd hear 9 from the receivers, that meant fly route, go, look out. That was the 9, and he just kept going all the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
Forbath out to kick this one away. Fielded about a yard deep. And the decision to bring it out, a good one, as he's up a yard or 2 shy of the 30. And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points. Get that 0 off the board. Throwing is Bortles. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. Oh, Fournette loses it. It's out. And this belongs to the Vikings. Often on fumbles, you look at the guy who coughed it up and say, geez, what did he do? But, hey, let's tip the cap to the defense here.
Not a problem at all, my man. I'm not even going to tip it. I'm going to doff my cap to him. Congratulations. Big-time play. Knocking it free and creating something good for your team.
Keenum now to throw. Finding a safety valve here. That's complete. It's a gain of 5. And that'll bring up second down. Keenum to throw on second down. And he'll find Thielen on the right side. And he's able to get it to the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. 9 yards on the pickup there, and it keeps the drive alive. That's not only Adam Thielen, that's the Pro Bowler Adam Thielen, who had 91 catches this year and over 1,200 yards, a career high.
We always look for great stories when we do games. Is there a better one this season than Adam Thielen in terms of where he came from to make a Pro Bowl roster as a receiver for the Minnesota Vikings? Lightly recruited out of high school, ends up at Mankato State, which is now known as Minnesota State Mankato. Undrafted, goes to a rookie.
And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked up by Jalen Ramsey. And he'll be brought down at his own 10-yard line.
Brandon, this is why golfers do their best to never count a score in their head before the ball goes in the cup. This looked like a slam dunk for points on this drive, didn't it? Instead, they throw an interception, and they're going to come away empty.
Here's Bortles to throw. He's going to loft it deep right side. And this is caught right along the sideline. What a job of keeping the toes in bounds there. They give him a gain of 38.
Thus far, it hasn't been a real fun half for them, but a play like that may get them off the schneid a little bit, get them loosened up and moving.
Kind of seems like they've been sleepwalking and still sitting on 0 points.
And it's not always making an adjustment. Sometimes it's just going back to what you know can work and finally getting it done. Well, sometimes those cliches really come true, don't they, when they talk about it takes all 11 to play good defense. We've seen that in this ball game. I think the secondary has to be singled out, though. They are in the presence of every receiver whenever the ball's thrown. And this one, they help force another incompletion.
And he'll get it down to the 47 here. 6 yards there off the scramble, but it'll still leave him with a 3rd down. In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much since. 2 minutes remain here in the first half. More from Minneapolis after this. Now Bortles. And an alley to run. It'll go as a gain of 6 that time, and it moves the chains as well. Pistol. It's Fournette. And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
We just saw another example of how the defense is winning this game. Really at the point of attack, the offensive line is just getting pushed around. I think now as a play caller, you got to give them a little bit of help. Maybe keep your tight ends a little bit more.
Touchdown, Jaguars. Marquise Lee, 42 yards. And the Jaguars are back within a score. And on that one, able to catch it, also able to have the wherewithal to take it in for the score.
And how about the phases of a successful catch and a completion of a play? Look the ball in, secure the catch, and then, of course, the run after the catch that ends up in the end zone.
This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. And now out comes Minnesota. And the interception thrown in the red zone last time. We'll see if they can rebound.
I just have to think the last thing he said as they went back out there was, don't do that again. What do you think?
What do you think?
Yeah, I think that. I think that not only did he say that, but he also told them, let's put it in the end zone that it's supposed to be in, all right? The end zone we're trying to score. I know we're being a little bit facetious here, but the bottom line is take care of the football, and everything else should flow from there.
Quick lesson, never ask the play-by-play guy a question.
Hey, you're my partner. I know you're right there with me.
And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down.
Well, I guess we just discovered that someone is certainly not going to sit back and just take it in this game, huh?
No, they were trying to get that touchdown back in one shot.
One shot, trying to help out his defense and let the other team know they were coming after him.
And they're able to get this one across the 35. They pick up 12 on the play there, and they move the chains. Throwing on 1st down is Keenum. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out, incomplete.
It's a lot of contact going on there, and in the end, unable to keep 2 hands on the football and bring it into his body.
Everything looked pretty good until the finish. Keenum again here on 2nd and 10. He's going to wind up and air it out. And both guys were there, but it falls incomplete.
And it is true. You can draft the fastest. You can draft the most athletic guys. But if they don't know the art of positioning, sometimes it's all for naught. In this case, in the right spot, he'll force the incompletion.
Yeah, had his hands on it for a second. Would have been a tough catch, though. Falls incomplete. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
Well, no second guessing the call here. It was 3rd and long, so throwing the football was probably the smart play to try and pick it up. But they don't get it, and now the defense goes off the field feeling pretty good about themselves, gaining some momentum as they force them into a likely punting situation.
Oh, he's going to go ahead and field it from the 3-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt. And it'll be Jaguar football as they take over deep in their own territory. Here comes the Jaguars offense as they get set here. And the ball backed way up. So thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it. And we'll see these two teams go to the lockers.
Yeah, I don't think you want to overthink it in this situation. Either side of the ball. Just go ahead and finish up the half and get on out and talk about it.
Marquise Lee, the intended target. And now it's 2nd down.
Well, partner, I guess that answers the question about whether they're going to sit on it or not.
It does. Now we'll see if they try that again.
Yeah, I think what we find on plays like that, when you take that shot, if you're unsuccessful, then you go way more conservative to finish the half, you know? I think that's the way they'll go.
Dancing to his left. And he'll avoid the tackle there with a slide. And now the Vikings are going to stop it here on defense with a timeout. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. The Jaguars on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. From the gun, it's Bortles. And the hook up here to Allen Robinson. And he'll go out of bounds, looks like right at the 15. The Jags 1st down, Bortles to Robinson.
We didn't need to ask around the league, but we got to confirm this guy's a good player. They've got to find a way to get him more involved, call a few more plays that target him.
Absolutely, because here we are toward the end of the first half, and that's the first target, not just the first catch, first target. And this will be incomplete. 1 second left to go.
They decided to take a shot and right down the middle of the field, and really, they didn't give it as much time to develop, did they? They want to take that shot somewhere around the 15-yard mark.
And the defense able to recover, batted free. To throw, it's Bortles. Gonna let one fly for into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Xavier Rhodes with a pick. And they'll start with great field position at the 41-yard line. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. Out come the Jaguars now as they'll go on offense first here in this 3rd quarter. And both of these defenses have been stifling these last few drives offensively. Just not able to get anything going, so what needs to change?
I think a lot of the guys will go back and review, so to speak, because everyone has someone assigned to how did each play work. Okay, what did we use that kind of worked for us during this game? Try and get back to some of those plays, as well as the possibility of showing something you haven't shown already in this game and trying to change things up.
We'll see if they take the advice of Mr. Davis. Bortles to throw on 2nd down. Buying time to his left. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. It's just a gain of a couple there on the scramble, and now it's 3rd down.
I think we have to give credit to him for buying time and extending the play. But, you know, there's some really upset defenders on that one. They thought that they had him. Instead, he was coated in Teflon and got away.
Ivory. And tough going there as he'll only get it up to about the 31. Just a 1-yard gain on the play, and that'll be a call to the punt team as it's 4th down.
Nice job there defensively on 3rd down. Not only did they string the play out, but they didn't allow any room for a cutback. Really well organized on the defensive side.
Here we go on 4th down with Bortles. And they're going to try the screen. It's complete. And unable to break away. They stop him a few yards shy. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And the Vikings, they have the football now in excellent field position. Trying to fire up that running game with Dalvin Cook. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, you had to punt on your first drive, and on the first play of the second drive, you end up going backwards. I would dare say they need something good to happen right here, right now.
And he'll get a little over 2, maybe a full 3 down to the 32-yard line. And this defense looks for one more stop here on third after the run. Keenum going to throw. He's going to fire one deep into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Tashawn Gibson. And the return goes up to his own 17-yard line.
The good old cover 3 defense, partner. When you start playing football as a safety, that's the first thing you're taught. Middle of the field, be as deep as the deepest receiver in any zone, and break on the football when it's thrown and pick it off, just as we saw there.
Eluding the pressure right. And incomplete on the deep ball. He was looking to get it to Allen Hurns that time. And it's second down.
And you just know when that play call came in, their eyes lit up, because anytime you get a chance to take a big shot downfield, that's a lot of fun, and they missed an opportunity.
It's caught on the right side by Robinson. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line. 11 yards there for Jacksonville, and a first down as well. Bortles now on first down. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Danielle Hunter in there to bury him for a loss of 11. On second down, here's Bortles. Oh, nearly picked. And maybe lucky there. This guy doesn't drop many defensively. Third down. They have not gotten him going at all. Tried to spark something there with a longer throw, unable to complete it.
But you have to keep trying. He's one of their best playmakers. No matter what it says on the scoreboard, you're always trying to get him the football.
The Jaguars on third down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This will be third and forever. Throwing now is Bortles. Now they go screen. It's complete. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. It'll be a pickup of 16, but they'll remain short of the marker, and it's fourth down.
They dialed up the screen pass on third down, and for a second it looked like it was all going to come together, and they had a chance to pick up a first down, but the defense got there and finished it off.
Boy, not deterred from those first 2 failed attempts. They're going to go a third time here on fourth down. Burrow's going to throw. And it is incomplete. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. And the Vikings, they have the football now in excellent field position. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Lets it fly for Thielen. And that one falls incomplete. Looked like he might have had position there, but he couldn't hold on it at second down.
Brandon, it looked like he had his hands on it for a moment, but let's face it, that was going to be a tough catch all the way because of the presence of the defense right there as he was trying to haul it in.
Yeah, nice job to force the incompletion. And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24. It'll be a gain of 9, and that'll bring up a 3rd and 1. Back now at beautiful new U.S. Bank Stadium. It's the Vikings in possession of the football and the lead. They'll be looking to add to that total as we begin quarter number 4. Keenum to throw on 3rd and 1. And he's got Kyle Rudolph. And he'll be knocked down sideways at the 22-yard line. Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains. On 1st and 10, Keenum. And down he goes. Keenum is sacked. Malik Jackson busting through to get him for a loss of 6. And we say it all the time, have to be able to get rid of the ball sooner than that.
You have to help your offensive line out. They're going to protect you as best they can. And if you're getting 3 to 5 seconds to throw the ball, they're doing a really nice job. But when you hold it and give up a sack, you're really almost discrediting their work. Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect him to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs.
Oh, no, he lost the football, and the Jags grab it. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
I know you're looking at the scoreboard clock, but we're getting near the end of this game. But they were in what was really called 4-minute offense, and that's practice, being taking care of the football, taking time off the clock, not giving them a chance to come back. But bottom line is, what did I say in the beginning? Taking care of the football. That didn't happen.
Didn't do it. A costly turnover. And they'll get him down up past the 15. The Jags picking up the first down there, a gain of 12.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of their yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another first down with that run.
He's got his man on the crossing route. A Jacksonville first down on a pickup of 17. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
And he'll get this up to about the 40. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
He was hoping to get to the edge, but they did a really nice job of forcing him back inside. That's excellent fundamental defensive football. Don't let them outside where they can really shred your defense.
Time for a break. We're back to see what happens after this. A fake to Fournette. Now it's Bortles to throw. Flush to his right. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. All that gets him is just a yard, and now it's 3rd down.
Well, he did a nice job keeping his eyes downfield, waiting for someone to get open. But once the pressure forced his eyes down to see the rush, it was time to make a break for it.
Back to throw. And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. Good defense holds him to only a yard, and it'll be 4th down.
A short gain that doesn't get him the first down brings up a 4th down situation.
Really nice job defensively. They knew where the sticks were. They got the stop before. He's back to throw. It's complete. Swings it out to his running back. And, oh, he is really laid out that time. Knocked flat on his back. 5 yards on the pickup, and it's good enough for a Jacksonville first. He'll look to throw. And this is caught. Mercedes Lewis with a grab. First down, Jacksonville. The passing game looking sharp on this drive for the Jags.
I don't know whether I want to be a fly on the wall or not when they hear the explanation of how one of the bigger targets on the field, the tight end could be that wide open and uncovered downfield. Who blew that assignment?
Somebody did.
No doubt about it. There's no way you're not going to account for him.
Now before this 2nd down play, we'll get whistles and a timeout as they stop it here with just under 40 seconds to go in the game. They'll look to throw. He'll set up the screen to Fournette. And out of bounds right around the 20. They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive will continue. That's what they need right now. Get the first down, get out of bounds, stop the clock.
Just playing smart football, understanding the situation, making the plays necessary, and making sure that clock stops at every opportunity.
And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of, until they stop him, why not go back to him? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making...
And yes, he's into the end zone. So they get the late score they needed. And now the extra point can tie this thing up in the final minute. So getting the big touchdown they needed late in the 4th. Now what do? You conservative and just tie it up?
No, I think you put your practice into game situation. Go as fast as possible. You already have your play call ready to go. Go for 2 and decide it right now.
So here comes the kickoff now, all even here in this 4th quarter. That'll be taken in the end zone. They'll bring it back to just about the 25, call it the 24-yard line. The Vikings offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. They have a little bit of time here to get into field goal range. Not much. In a tie game, you don't want to do anything crazy, right? I agree with you on that one. Risk reward, okay? If you go for it, what is the absolute reward on this? But the risk is probably greater. Run the clock out, get to overtime, and try and win it there. All right, we'll see if they do just that. Give him 10 yards there, and about by the nose of the football, he's going to have a first down. Throwing is Keenum. Wide open receiver complete. And he's brought down, but not before getting across midfield to the 45. It's a little teaching moment here. Overtime rules. Remind us how this goes, partner. Okay, so in the past, we had sudden death. First team to score wins, but no longer. Now, if the team receives the ball, scores a touchdown, they win the game. If they kick a field goal, though, or don't score, the other team gets a possession. And after both teams get a possession, then we're into sudden death. First team to score wins the game. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. And now out comes Minnesota. They control their own destiny here. They have the football in overtime. Obviously, a touchdown would win it. And I think teams around the league are still adjusting to the idea of going downfield, scoring a touchdown wins the game, because they were used to just going downfield and trying to get in field goal range to win a game. Still having to make that transition. Let's face it now, the ones who are doing it best know they need to go down, attack, put the ball in the end zone, and not leave it up to a field goal and give the other team a chance. As we said, they control their own destiny now. And heavy contact. He is knocked down hard, right on the 30-yard line. Hoping to keep this OT drive alive. Now they face a 3rd and 2. First throw of overtime for Keenum. Flushed out right. And he will go down outside of the pocket for a sack. Tried to get away, but could not. Malik Jackson in there to drop him for his 2nd sack now here tonight. Here's Ryan Quigley now. On for a very important punt here in overtime. Pulled in at the 24. Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. Their defense did its job, got the stop. All they need is 3, and this is over. Couldn't have done much else other than score. Pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring him down. Linval Joseph. Never giving up. He's able to keep working and get him for a loss of 12. What can Bortles do now with his drive? Over the middle, the connection to Hearns. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a 3rd down. That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and get the quarterback a really nice target. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1. The defense does its job. Now they're going to get the ball here in overtime with a chance to win it. Major league kudos to them, because to get the ball back in this spot, everything was on them. It had to happen, and they pulled it off. They'll get it back for their offense with a chance to win. And he didn't quite have the backspin on that one. It hits at the 4 and continues into the end zone. It's a touchback. Now the Vikings offense works their way back onto the field. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going. They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field. And down he goes. Keenum is sacked. Calais Campbell in there to drop him, and it'll be a loss of about 8. Well, they were coming out of the 4-3 defensively. Pressure coming off that right side from the DN.
And that's the blind side of most quarterbacks. If you're right-handed, that's the side you don't see quite as well. And that's why you rely on your left tackle, maybe your highest-paid offensive lineman, to take care of you. In this situation, that didn't happen. It's a 9-yard pickup on the play, and it'll be 3rd down. Working from the gun, Keenum. A dump down to McKinnon. It'll be a 3-yard gain. And now the Jags going to signal for another timeout. They'll be down to just 1 remaining as we step aside here in overtime. Here's Ryan Quigley now as he's on to punt for Minnesota. And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. Neither team scored yet. Now we go to sudden death. Next points win this game. How about the tension right now? It is ratcheted up, isn't it? I mean, now whatever happens, points are scored. That's your ball game. Can't wait to see the defense now. Do they get a little more aggressive in order to not let the team just drive the ball easily down the field? Got to be careful, though, right? Yeah, if you're too aggressive, you just give up something easy and cheap. But some defensive coordinators, they'd rather take a stand that way as opposed to being nickel and dime down the field. He's going to float this one deep right. Oh, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Anderson Aho. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. So we will see yet another drive in this overtime. For whatever reason, neither team able to finish this game off. I know that the first thought is, does anyone really want to win it? But I think that they both desperately want to win it, and sometimes you force things, and that leads to errors. Well, it's out there for the taking. We'll see who can do it. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down. Another nice job there defensively. They've really stymied their passing attempts, and it continues in overtime. And for them to do that, that means they've had to be cohesive on defense. Pressure in the quarterback's face, good coverage of not just the wide receivers, but the tight end, the running backs when they try and slip out, and making sure they're at the point of attack. When the ball's in the air, they get there and help force some of those incompletions. Throwing is Keenum on 3rd down. He's got it complete to Diggs, right side. Now on 4th down, we've got a whistle here and a timeout. They'll be left with just 1 remaining here at OT. Here's Ryan Quigley now. He's been terrific so far. This is taken at the 23. Well, he wasn't too far from breaking that. Officially, give him 15. And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. And in enemy territory last time through the interception. We'll see what they do on this drive. Can't wait to see how it alters what they decide to do in play calling. Do they continue to throw the ball? Do they want to lean more on the running game? It'll be an interesting sequence of plays that they've got coming up. Does it often affect the play calling with the interception? How much does that change what you do? I think it does depending on why the interception was thrown. Sometimes it's just a matter of the defense made a great play, so you continue to come back. But if it's on you, if the offense just doesn't have the confidence, if they're a little bit shaky, maybe try and take the pressure off and run the ball a little bit. Oh, and it's intercepted. Terrence Newman with a pick. Past the 20. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Still catching our breaths from that electric finish. You get into overtime, that's one thing. It was a great 4 quarters. But then in OT, not only to win it, but to win it on a defensive score. Wow. Oh, definitely. And I think from now on, we're going to definitely travel someone who can help us because I thought I was going to pass out at the end. Not just getting to the overtime, but the plays in overtime that led to this one, and to finish it on a defensive touchdown, a takeaway that gets into the end zone. I'm not rooting for anyone, but boy, I